All right, you little fifth graders, time to add and subtract some decimals. Make sure you have a sheet of paper out. Make sure you pause the video when I tell you to. All right, first thing we're going to practice is adding decimals. Here we have 53 and 617 thousandths plus 7 and 45 hundredths. I want you to line those two numbers up by their decimal, by their place, and then add them together and get your final answer. And then we'll check and see how you did. Pause the video and get that done. All right, let's see how you did. When you line them up, this is what it should have looked like. Right here. Okay? Make sure this 7 is underneath the 3 in the ones place, because the 3 and the 7 is in the ones place. If you just lined up the decimals like they should be, everything would have worked out fine. Now you had a blank spot here. You should have put a 0 there. And now all we do is add. So here we go. 7 plus 0 is 7. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Bring down the 0, carry the 1. 7 plus 3 plus 1 is 11. Bring down the 1, carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. Now your final step is to bring down the 0 in your answer. There you have it. 61 and 67 thousandths is your final answer. As long as you didn't make any mistakes in the math, and if you lined them up correctly, should have been no problem at all. All right, let's do one more adding. Line them up, add them, and then put the 0 in the correct location. Pause the video. All right, let's see how bad you did, or good. All right, when you line them up, this is what you should have gotten. This is 1,904 and 6 tenths plus 109 and 971 thousandths. This 1 is in the hundreds place, so it should be underneath the 9. You got two blank spaces here. So there you go. Add the zeros. Now all we have to do is add. So let's add them up. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 7 is 7. 6 plus 9 is 15. Bring down the 5. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 9 is 14. Bring down the 4. Carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 0 equals 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Bring down the 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Final step, bring down the bring down the decimal. So my answer then, a comma should go here. 2,014 and 571 thousandths should have been your final answer. All right. Let's move on to subtraction. It's the same thing, same steps, except instead of adding, you're subtracting now. Now, as fifth graders, you should have no problem with adding and subtracting. Okay, line them up, subtract, and then put the decimal in your answer. Pause the video. All right, let's let's see how good you did. Because everybody did good, I'm sure. When you lined them up, you didn't have to put any zeros in the answer because it all lined up perfectly. So now, all we got to do is subtract. I cannot subtract 5 minus 6. You better not have a 1 right here, because you can't subtract 5 minus 6. So you have to come to the 9, borrow, make it an 8, and then make the 5 a 15. Okay? 15 minus 6 equals 9. 8 minus 4 equals 4. 4 minus 6, you can't do it. So you have to go over here and borrow. The 7 becomes a 6. The 4 becomes a 14. 14 minus 6 equals 8. 6 minus 3 equals 3. 6 minus nothing equals 6. And now I bring down my decimal. My final answer is 638 and 49 hundredths. One more subtraction practice. Make sure you do your best and forget the rest. Line these two numbers up by their decimal, by their place. Put any zeros in empty blank spaces. Subtract it, bring down your decimal, and then you're a genius. Pause the video and do all of that. All right. Here is the problem. $291 and 105 thousandths minus 27 and 59 hundredths. I have a blank spot here, so I'm going to put a 0 as a placeholder. Now all we have to do is subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 0 minus 9, I can't do it. So, I have to borrow from the 1. The 1 becomes a 0. The 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 0 minus 5, I can't do it. So I have to come over here and borrow. The 1 becomes a 0. This 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 0 minus 7, I can't do it. So I have to borrow from the 9. It becomes an 8. The 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 8 minus 2 is 6. And then 2 minus nothing is 2. You bring down the decimal. Your answer is 263 and 515 thousandths. And the truth shall set you free. There you have it, boys and girls. By the time you're in 5th grade, adding and subtracting should be very easy for you. The only thing you got to remember with this is to make sure that you line up your decimals and line up your place. Do not forget to do that, or you will get the wrong answer every time. Also, always remember to bring your decimal down and put it in your answer, your final answer, because your answer will have, most of the time, will have a decimal in it. Now, get to work on your assignment or you will fail.